111. How wonderful. Is everybody excited? Let me stop my page here. I'm just reloading my page. All right, 111, 2021. Man, what a great time. What an exciting time. There's so much going on right now. I mean, there's always so much going on, but so much great stuff being revealed right now. And what I want to dive into today, along with questions and answers. So anybody that has questions and answers, feel free to pop them in, because this is really, really key. It opens up a lot of mirroring for everybody. 11 people on here on 111, 122 on the counter. You can't make it up, or can you? Let's talk about what we're making up today. So one of my favorite topics is dismantling the belief system. And when I was invited to look at what my belief system actually was back in 2001, when I met one of my, Davia, happy birthday. It's Davia's birthday today. Everybody wish her a happy birthday. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Tracy, thanks for joining us. So when one of my mentors, Don Miguel Ruiz, got me to look at my belief system, I was like, wow, these beliefs aren't even mine. And yet I see how everybody is constantly reacting to anything that challenges their belief system. And this is how judgment, which is the biggest addiction on the planet by far, is an automatic recycling program. So today, let's talk about stepping out of the repeating 3D programs of the belief system, judgments, and reactionary behavior, and really become, as I talk about in the book, Waking Up in the Dream, which if you don't have it yet, I invite you to pick it up for the investment of like a lunch. It's available on the website, portal2awakening.com. You can instantly download it. And it's a step-by-step guide into stepping out of 3D, which simply requires a couple of parts: doing the inner healing, clearing any beliefs, any resentment, any lack of forgiveness that we're holding towards others or ourselves, because those are our frequencies, and those are 3D frequencies. Anger, resentment, judgment, lack of forgiveness, those don't exist in 5D. So if you want to operate in 5D and stay there, you got to go in and clear that stuff. And it's really freaking easy to clear when you decide you want to do it. And what happens is we become adults, and in many cases, we cover up or we don't remember these things that happened to us when we were children. But they're lying underneath the surface. They're still holding a frequency. So it's really, really key. And it's really, really simple. Hey, Suzanne, great to see you. North Carolina. And so it's really, really key. So when we're talking about manifesting in 5D, what does that mean? Is it just talk? Is it just crazy talk from crazy people? Well, if we understand that every thought and every word, and then the emotion that we put behind those thoughts and words, have a frequency, and we understand that in our reality, with all these different timelines, in order to manifest a timeline or a situation, we must align with that frequency. So every thought and every word is a magnet. And so it's really, really key to tune into, what am I thinking and feeling in every single moment? And then learn how to track your frequency. Because so many people are just running on automatic pilot and automatic reaction mode. And I go into that really clearly in the book and on almost every one of my lives and all of my videos on my YouTube channel, Portal to Awakening. And it's really valuable to check that stuff out. So when we talk about creating a 5D mindset, that means being really aware in every moment of the frequency that we're holding. And so that just means, what am I paying attention to right now? What am I giving my attention to? You know? And anybody that's watching this knows that the media is 100% run by the dark currently, and that's being taken down as we speak. So that's exciting. And so with the 30 people that we have on here, or 29 at 9:09 a.m., it's Tuesday here where I'm at. I'm in Thailand. I'm in the future a little bit. But if anybody has any questions around creating this 5D inner healing, clearing, forgiving somebody, super key. Rob says, hope so. There is no hope. Hope is weak. Wishing is weak. Trying is weak. Wanting is weak. You either intend it and you set that frequency or you don't. Hope is giving your power away. The Creator doesn't hope. The Creator is I am. I'm aligned with this frequency, and that's what shows up in my reality. It has to be that way. And the only thing that would be keeping anybody from being completely happy right now would be choice, belief system. So I want to talk about that a little bit because that statement right there can trigger some people. When I just said the only thing that could keep anyone from being happy right now is their belief system or their surroundings, but really what it comes down to is, and let's really dive into this because this is super key. When we make happiness our number one goal, nothing can take our happiness away from us. I'll say that again. When we make happiness our number one goal, no matter what else is going on around us, 911 right now, no matter what else is going on around us or externally, then our frequency resides in happiness. Okay? Now somebody's mind's probably, running all around this. It's good. It's good to look at this stuff because here's the key. We cannot remove a program unless we can see it. Because the ego will defend it. It'll tell you why it's running the program. And then if there's an emotional reaction, it'll tell you why you're right because you just had an emotional reaction. Well, emotional reaction doesn't mean you're right. An emotional reaction means you just had an emotional reaction. But so many people think because they get triggered and they have that reaction, they got to raise their voice and they got to tell people why they're right. No, that's a wound. We've got to be able to see those and go, oh, I just got triggered. Oh, I just had a judgment. That's about me. It's about me. And the untrained ego will go, no, it's about them. They're wrong. They're doing all this stuff wrong. That's the way I used to be. I would point out everything that was wrong out there because that's what I was taught to do in Catholic school. It was a judgeaholic programming school. Yeah, completely. And even when I was in second grade and I didn't know the first thing about conscious awareness, I knew that there was something really wrong with religion. Really wrong. You could just feel it. You could feel it. So it's a whole nother discussion. I'm not here to convert anybody. I'm here to raise conscious awareness, to have fun, and to share the tools that I've learned over the last 30 years of pain, suffering, being on the edge of suicide, spending over $100,000 reading all the top spiritual books and going to 3-day seminars and being pumped up for a few days, and then just having it all come crashing down again over and over and over and over and over, until I figured out how to go in and clear the wounds, dismantle the belief system, and begin to create my reality by consciously using my intention and tracking the frequency of every single thought and every single word and the emotion that I put behind them. Changed everything. But I had to do the healing part, the forgiveness part. And that's the easy part. It's not the dark night of the soul. That's why they tell you that, because they don't want you to go there. It's so easy. It's the doorway to your freedom. Just forgive. If you have some tears, have some tears. If you're angry, kneel down in front of your bed, put some pillows up, and pound it out with your forearms so you don't hurt yourself. Energy must move. It cannot stay trapped in the body. Otherwise, it's a magnet that's going to keep attracting more of what we're holding, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. Yeah, high vibe thoughts, high vibe foods. But your thoughts are more important than any food. They are important. I mean, I'm drinking cacao right now. I put good things into my body. But speaking to ourselves every day is the number one thing for health. And so many people don't do it. When I journey with somebody, when I take them through my monthly journey one-on-one, everybody speaks to their cells as soon as they wake up from the sleeping dream, because there's trillions of cells inside our body that are unconditionally loving on us in every moment. They're doing it right now. They're purifying our blood. They're creating new cells. They're firing trillions of synapses right now so we can all understand this and be connected all over the world, beating our heart, moving our muscles. And they've been doing it since we've been in the womb. But most people don't think to talk to their cells. They haven't been taught that. And it's one of the most important, healthy, healing, high vibrational things that we can do. So does anybody have any questions? Got to be some questions out there. And, you know, when people ask a question, there's a lot of people that watch these lives. And there's a lot of people that are sitting in the back. And they may be new to the awakening process. They may be new to a lot of these concepts. And what happens is when somebody finally asks a question, it opens up a whole new doorway for us to mirror on and talk about. Because I can sit here and talk all day long. Anybody that's heard me, you know, I go over the same tools over and over because conscious awareness is the only game in town. That's it. Becoming consciously aware that we are creating in every single moment, whether we are aware of it or not. Thank you, Deborah. More aware of my judgments. Yeah. Most people, well, I don't want to say most, many people are judgeaholics. I was. It's why I wrote a whole chapter around judgment in the book and how to dismantle it. Writing a chapter about it doesn't mean anything unless you're shown how to dismantle it. Judgment is the biggest addiction on the planet, way more than drugs or alcohol. And people feel justified in doing it. Why? Because they have an emotional trigger to it. So once again, when people, they're not trained in awareness, they have a little bit of emotion or a trigger, That makes them feel like they're right. Well, I'm right because I feel. No, you're not right. You're frickin' triggered. You're running the program, and you are going to continue to recycle that over and over and over and over for a week, a month, 100 lifetimes until you finally see the program. Every judgment is about us, every single one. And this was a life changer for me because since I was taught to be a judgeaholic in Catholic school, once I started learning the tools and really practicing this stuff, I mean, I studied with my mentor for 10 years in San Diego, and then another 7 years on top of that before I ever wrote the book. I never planned on writing a book. You know, I was living in my recording studio, playing music every day, partying my ass off. But at one point in 2017, I started downloading and I started getting really clear on the programs and the wounds. And it's a long story, but I ended up coming off of some pharmaceuticals that a doctor had put me on. And everything just started becoming clear, man. I started getting crystal clear and I just started mapping out the book. And the book was really didn't have a title. It was going to be Note to Jeff. Note to Jeff. Don't ever forget this stuff. Because if you do, you fall right back into 3D. So I wrote this book and it changes people's lives more than any other manual I've ever read. And it's not even thick, but it takes you step by step how to do it. And it gives you the most empowering tools to do it. So for anybody that's interested in that, go to the website, Portal to Awakening, grab the book, half price, utilize my lives every week. I'm doing these lives every week. You can come on and ask your questions. Okay, Fiona's got a question. I love it. Thank you for being the first one to ask a question. Could I please explain a little bit about 5D? Okay. Let me preface anything that I explain with this statement. I know nothing. I know nothing. I don't claim to know anything. What I do follow is frequency, the feeling and the vibration of thoughts, words, and emotions, which again, I've explained, and I can pretty much tell you this, that every thought, every word is creating our reality. I call them magnets because that's the easiest way for me to explain to somebody that our thoughts and our words and the emotion that we put behind them are attracting the people, the abundance or lack of abundance, the health or lack of health, the relationships, everything. And when you begin to see that, you can really start to have some freaking fun. And the goal is to get back to being like a little child. Little children are playful. I'm flying on a rocket ship. I'm going to the moon. I'm talking to my fairy friends. Yeah, little kids, they know what's up because they haven't been programmed yet by the school system or their parents or grandparents' old programming. So, when we talk about different dimensions, we're talking about frequencies. So you hear people talk about light bodies like in 5D, 12D, whatever. I don't know how many Ds there are. What I do believe and what I do subscribe to and what I do play with in the way that I create my reality every day is that every one of those little dots, see, you're the big star right there. Imagine that. Only you're much bigger than that. All these lights, consider those like timelines, okay? A good relationship, not a good relationship, lots of money, maybe not lots of money. They're all timelines. And if you can imagine anything, it already exists. It's not in the future. That's the trick of 3D, because everything's slowed down so we can experience it. But since time doesn't really exist, all the abundance in the world, all the health, your soulmate or soulmates, whatever, that can really be a trap getting caught up in that. I'm just happy with whoever I'm at in the moment, and that's cool. And if we decide to, journey together a little longer, whatever, but if I'm holding on to this has to be my soulmate or my twin flame or whatever, things start to get a little bit sticky, because if you really go deep into that belief or that program, there's a need to have it work out, or there's a fear there. It's just sticky. Just be in each moment. So when we talk about 3D, 5D, 12D, 1 million D or whatever, we're talking about frequencies. But 5D is right here. 12D, whatever D is here. It's not, sometimes I use my hands because I'll go, okay, 5D's up here, just to understand that when I talk about frequencies like 3D, I talk about down here where we're like holding them in our body. This is where we would hold fear, lack of forgiveness, resentment, shame, guilt. So I talk about them like they're up or down, but they're really everywhere. So if you think about a timeline, which is anything that you desire, it's already here. The key is, and the only key is, just aligning your frequency 100% with the knowing, not the belief, the knowing that that desire is already here now. The mistake that the book The Secret and all these other books that I paid a small fortune for, they didn't tell you. I mean, maybe some of them tell you. There's some good, great stuff out there. It's not like it's been super hidden, but the controllers didn't want us to know this. Anything we desire, we have to see it here as now. That means the money, the relationships, the people, the travel, whatever it is, it's here now. And this is why the process of consciously creating our reality every single morning before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running is super, super key. Because most people get up and they just run the same program over and over all day. The alarm goes off. I got to get up. I got to hop in the shower. I got to put on a pot of coffee. I got to get the kids ready for school. I got to da. This just recycling the same thing over and over again. I'm not saying that's wrong if you're happy with your life. It's your choice. But the way to create the ideal reality is to understand that in every moment, that moment is a new, what we could call 0 point moment, meaning there's nothing we're pulling in from the past. There's nothing influencing it. As long as we don't let our beliefs or our limitations, creep in on us, then our only invitation is to just get super excited and feel it. What's it feel like to have abundance? What's it feel like to be surrounded by the most incredible, supportive, non-judgmental, excited people on the planet? What's it feel like for your body to be vibrating in excitement and happy and health? Feel that now. Don't wait. So when we talk about the different dimensions, I just see them as frequencies, So I intend that that's helpful. If you have any more questions around that, feel free to pop them in. And I really appreciate that because, it helps open things up. That's what's so cool about this technology. I'm connected to people in I don't know how many countries right now through thin air. My little plastic computer's not even plugged into the wall. How incredible is that? And we're connected in real time, or whatever time. Time doesn't exist. Let's just say we're connected. We don't even need to bring time into the discussion. So if anybody else has any questions, pop them in. And until that time, I want to go back to, let's talk about happiness. Let's talk about distractions. Let's talk about what we're seeing on social media right now. People are heightened right now. It's great. People know stuff's going down, and it's going down. And it's so great because we came here for this. And for those that have done some deeper research, they know that the dark winds are being removed from the planet. The system of governments are being taken down. It's happening as we speak. And so we only have one invitation, and that is to focus on only what we desire in each moment. Now, if you've done your inner excavation, I don't want to use the word W-O-R-K because it's spelling and it's a little bit of a heavy word. You kind of know how to create your reality. And that comes down to consciously what we focus on, what we say, and what we feel. And only focus on that. So when we talk about choosing to feel happy no matter what's going on in the world, you can do it. And believe me, it's just a choice. Now, the ego can go, well, I'm not happy right now because I'm living in a country that's in lockdown and I'm wearing a mask. I got it. That would piss me off. But I won't allow my frequency to operate in pissed off for too long. I'll either take action and then I'll come right back to, okay, so how can I create my reality while I'm sitting in my house right now, even if I can't go outside? I can connect with like-minded people. I can raise my frequency. I can love on my body. I can play music. I can create art. I can be part of this huge shift that's happening right now. And it is happening, and it will happen, and it's already happened. And so when we talk about choosing to be happy no matter what, it truly is a choice. And if anybody can come up with a reason right now to tell me why they can't choose to be happy, maybe that's not a great question, because somebody could say, well, I just had an injury and I'm in the hospital or something. Well, in which case we'll send you a ton of love right now. But you understand what I'm saying, you know? When you make happiness your number one goal, everything else will line up. The question is, are you making happiness your number one goal? Really, really key. Again, our thoughts and our words are magnetic. It's all frequency and vibration. It may sound so simple, and it is, but here's the key. What I do when I take somebody through the process in the book, and they put their trust in me to journey with me for 30 or 60 or 90 days, I'm in contact with them almost every day. And not only do they go through the book and I give them the PowerPoint trainings so they can begin to see the programs. And again, you got to be able to see the program in order to dismantle it. Otherwise, your ego will convince you that you're right. Got to be able to see this and be gentle with yourself, because the programs are strong. And the external, the controllers of the media, they've learned that. So what are they doing right now? And what have they been doing? All fear all the time. All fear, all lack. You need to buy this to be happy. Fear, 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 hatred, war. You know, I unplugged from the television 25 years ago. Some people are just starting to figure that out. Many people haven't figured it out. And if they even have a clue, they're afraid to admit that they've been lied to so long that even when they see proof that they've been lied to so long, their ego won't let them admit that almost every single thing they've been told is a lie. Well, welcome to getting out of 3D hell. Until you can admit that almost every single thing we've been told is a lie, good luck getting out of 3D. You know, got to be able to see it. And then you can just hang with people that are creating a whole new reality. And it's a tidal wave right now. Look around. People weren't talking. Look what's happened just on Facebook in the last month. I mean, med beds are common talk now. The new internet network that will be put in place is common talk in circles. This is where we're going. And you can go there as fast as you want to go there, or you can stay in 3D as long as you want. But I invite people to completely dismantle the belief system. Because I'm going to say this, and I intend that you get it. Our belief system is a prison. Our belief system is a prison. Now you could say, well, I believe that love is the answer. Okay, I do too. I also believe that we are unlimited divine beings. But other than that, every single belief that I was asked to look at in 2001 when I met one of my mentors, I realized they were all blocking infinite possibilities. Look out there. There's infinite possibilities. Now let's look at a belief. Let's say this is a belief. Okay, this is what I believe, and I'm holding on to it. We're blocking infinite possibilities to come in. So if you have to hang on to a belief, you better make sure that it is a belief that you would stake your life on. I don't mean that your ego will defend. You see everybody out there defending their ego. They're triggered. They're totally triggered. Anything that challenges their belief system. I'm talking about understanding that for the most part, our belief system is a prison. This might go right over people's heads. I can only do the best I can do. You know, I had to hear my teachers say things sometimes 50 or 100 times. And the first time I heard it, I went, yeah, that sounds good. But underneath, I was still holding a lack program or a fear program. So I couldn't really install the new belief as part of my operating system. So this is why it's so important to go through the process of doing the inner healing and then completely dismantling the belief system. Until one is willing to do that, the programs are going to run. It doesn't mean that we're not awake. It doesn't mean that we don't have some awareness. I'll give you an example. When I journey with somebody and I'm in contact with them every day. Yeah, we do a call once a week. It's recorded and it's a long call because we go deep. But then I'm in contact with people, mirroring them and pulling them forward every day. And I can tell if somebody's really hungry or they're holding back and they get stuck because I've been doing it for so long. And it doesn't mean I'm so great and I can see everything. It just means I've been trained to see the programs. You can feel it. So I invite people to become aware of how often during the day are they aware that they are a magnet. I call myself Magnet Man. I named myself that just to remind myself that no matter what I'm thinking, speaking, or feeling, whether I'm aware of it or not, I am magnetizing realities to me in every moment. It's law. It's law. So, yesterday, I'm riding my scooter around Thailand. I love it. I'm talking to the plants and the dragonflies and the butterflies and the clouds and just loving it. And I'm going to see the wild jungle dogs that I go feed every day. And I kept noticing that I would come back to being aware of what I'm magnetizing, and then I'd drift off. And then I'd come back and I'd go, oh, I was just thinking about something else that I didn't necessarily really want to be magnetizing towards me. So the reason I'm sharing this is even after I've been dismantling the programs consciously and obliterated the belief system for 20 years now. 2021 will be 20 years since I started to dismantle the belief system. And I met one of my main mentors, Don Miguel Ruiz. It's been 20 years this year. If I don't put systems into place to remind myself every single day, then even I can fall back into running those programs. So I set alarms on my phone to go off every hour. 111, 222, 333, 444. And even if I don't catch them all, it's an alarm that goes, psst, where's your frequency right now? Are you creating your reality? Are you excited? Because excitement's the highest frequency. And so if we're not excited right now, we're running a program. That's a guarantee. And the invitation is to get back to being excited like a little child that doesn't have all these limiting ass beliefs. Super, super key. Super key. Our beliefs are a prison system. Maybe not every single one, but 99.999%. You know why? Because we've been programmed that the average person that's running 50 to 80,000 thoughts a day, without them even being aware of it, or without us, I'm included, I'm not exempt. Out of those 50 to 80,000 thoughts that are running all day underneath the surface, about 80% of them are negative. Now, why is that? Did we choose that consciously? No. Our DNA got hijacked, and everything that's been downloaded onto us from the system, this school system, where they teach you what to think instead of how to think, that's all changing. Waking Up in a Dream is getting converted right now to a book for kids. And it's going to teach children what we should have been taught at the earliest age. How to know what a trigger is, how to process emotions, and how to consciously create our reality every day and never forget that. And it's going to change everything, everything. And the kids that are coming in now have a higher level of conscious awareness. They're activated. And it's all changing right now, and we're here for it. And so it's time to get excited. And if we're not excited, then that's our first clue that we're running a 3D program. So, do you have things in place so you can catch yourself when you have a judgment, or when you have a trigger, or when you have a less than thought? Or, because this is the key, it's one thing to catch it and notice it. But if we don't dismantle it, it's got to come back again, because it's built into the soul's evolution that until we clear it, it'll keep coming back and back and back until we learn the lesson. So not only do we have to notice and catch every judgment, every trigger, every less than thought, we've got to have the tools to dismantle it when we feel the frequency. And that's what the Waking Up in the Dream process teaches. And so this is really key. And this is why I come on and do these, because there's nothing, conscious awareness is the only game in town, period. Look around. Look at who's triggered. Look at who's not. Look at why they're triggered. Look at who's still watching the brainwashing of the television. Look at all the hatred. Look at all the anger. Look at all the fear. You could present them with undeniable evidence and they'll still say, I hate somebody because I heard that they said this or that or whatever. The belief system is a prison. And so I intend that this is getting through. So really, I want to come back to this happiness thing, and then I'll jump into a couple of these questions. And if anybody has any questions around any of this, pop it in here, because it's really helpful for people. Thank you, Roseanne. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. So when we make happiness our number one goal, some people don't know how to do that, because many people will just say, well, I can't be happy because of X, Y, Z. I don't have money. I can't stand my job. My parents don't understand me, or the person I'm in a relationship with is asleep. Well, then maybe it's time to change. If you're not happy, then change it. Change your reality. You know? And then watch if your ego goes, well, I can't. I've been working for this company that I hate for 22 years. I don't want to lose my pension. Well, then there you go. There's your excuse. I gave up my home in San Diego. I gave up my recording studio. I jumped to the other side of the world with less than $700 to my name. And I created a whole new frickin' deal that I love. And I don't want to own a house. Houses own me. I don't need to own a car. You can own whatever you want. I got a couple guitars and I'm super, super happy. Because when I travel, I've still got a whole recording studio of all my gear sitting in San Diego for the last 4 years. I paid over $5,000 on that at $82 a month. The key is, when we make happiness our number one goal, we'll be happy. When we make an excuse of why we can't be happy, we won't be happy. And if anybody thinks it's not that simple, you're welcome to post a question in here. I'm not going to come on. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm here to love on anybody that's taken the time to be on here right now, and the people that show up each week. Right now, there's 24 amazing people that have been on here, many of them for over 40 minutes. God bless you. I mean, to me, I had to pay my mentors tens of thousands of dollars to learn this stuff, you know? And it took a long time, a long, long time. And I never planned on writing a book ever, never. And even when I wrote it for me, I still wasn't going to put it out. It was just a friend of mine that said, hey, I want to read that. And then when I shared it with her, the draft, she's like, you have to put this out. And so I did. It turned into a course, changing people's lives every month. It's the most powerful tools that I know of anywhere. And I don't say that with an ego. And probably a while back, I would have never said that, because I would have been afraid that somebody was going to attack me for acting like, I know all this stuff. Well, I can tell you what, I've studied this stuff for over 25 years. And I know that the belief system is a prison. And I know that our thoughts and our words are creating our reality. So this is just stuff that I love to play with. It's super, super key. And, I just intend that this is landing, because this is totally life-changing. And right now, as the energies on the planet are speeding up, We've got an opportunity to undo programming faster than ever before. Also, the most exciting thing is that we can manifest things quicker than ever before. And that's something to get really excited about. Also, it's something to make you go, okay, well, I better get real clear on what my beliefs are, and I better only begin to focus and use words and thoughts that mirror what I desire to attract more of into my reality, because that's what's happening all the time, whether we're aware of it or not. Super, super key. And so this is it. This is the only game in town. And choosing to be happy. So we see a lot of people out there, okay? And they're glued to the internet and stuff. I mean, I'm on there a lot. People see me out there because I got a global family of incredible game changers out there. And we have created this shift, Yes, Fiona. Yeah, it's an instant download. It's a PDF. And then all of the videos on my YouTube channel are free. And so you can watch them and go through the process in the book. In the book, there's a PDF that you can download that you will fill out every day to track your thoughts, it's all laid out really, really step-by-step simple. And it's included in the book. If you want the PowerPoint trainings, you can get them on the website. And you can go through those that will really show you how to identify the programs. It's all listed on the website, Portal to Awakening. Thank you for asking that question. So when we talk about creating our reality, and we talk about what's going on right now around the planet, it's really, really key to protect our frequency and only align with people that are non-judgmental, that are non-judgmental. Because judgment's the biggest addiction on the planet. It's toxic. And people feel justified when they judge because they were taught to. When you can begin to dismantle judgment, every single thing in your life and all of your relationships will shift for the better. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you. Yes, set an alarm every hour of the day. Many people will hear that and they'll go, okay, Jeff's talking about setting alarms. And some people will pick up their phone and they'll put in 15 alarms. And the key is to not only put in the alarm to go off every hour, but then to click Monday through Sunday. Because the first time I set my alarms, they went off and I turned them off and they didn't come on the next day. And I had to go in and go, oh, that's in my phone, which is an Android. You click it for every day. Now, even if you don't catch every one, you can come back to them later and there'll be a message on your phone and it'll go alarm. And then you go, okay, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to tune in with my body. I'm going to breathe into every one of those trillions of cells. I'm going to love on my body, give so much gratitude. Now my frequency is going up, 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 up. Now I'm magnetized. I'm in a high vibration and I'm envisioning, I see what I have pulled into my reality, not what I'm going to pull into my reality. What I have, I am. It's here now. It's not in the future. The subconscious only knows how to create based on exact instructions. So if you go, I wish, I hope, I am, I'm trying, I'm working on it, the subconscious goes, it's not here yet, guys. Don't worry about it. It's not here yet. When you close your eyes and you pump up your frequency and you love on every cell and they start dancing with excitement and you feel your vibration go up and you smile like a little kid and you get excited. You feel that, man? I get goosebumps. And I just know because I do it every single morning and throughout the day. And I've watched every single thing that I attract into my reality now. It's like that. It just happens quicker, 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 quicker. This is it. It's the only game in town. That's why they're pushing so hard to distract people on the television. which is going to be removed very soon. It's so great. Oh, it's so great. People are going to be forced to wake up in the next week or two. Man, it's coming. And people like me, I've been waiting 25, 30 years like, oh God, is it ever going to happen? Yeah, it's happening right now. We came here for this. We came here for this. And so I invite you to become very, very, very consciously aware of what you are thinking, what you are saying, and the emotion that you put behind that. Here's a cool one. How many people here truly create from an unlimited mindset every day? Type it in the comments. Because most people I know don't even come close to creating their reality from an unlimited mindset. If I ask most people what they want when they begin to go on the waking up in the dream journey with me, they'll tell me same thing. I want a house that's paid off, I want a car, and I want money in the bank so I can do whatever I want. Same thing. Everybody tells me the same thing. Or, you know, some beautiful things like I want to go around and help people heal around the planet or whatever, which is great. But most people that say, I want the house, the car, and the money, they think that's going to make them happy. And I can see many, many people out there going right now going, well, yeah, that'll make me happy. Then I won't have to work. I'll be happy. No, that's temporary. It's temporary. There's millions of people out there like Jim Carrey that got every single thing they thought they wanted, millions and more money you could ever spend ever. Still not happy. Okay, here's a good one. I want peace in my heart. Okay, cool. So let's look at the word W-A-N-T. What does it mean? First thing it means is I'm claiming that I don't have it right now. To want means I don't have. I'm not judging you in any way. I love this question. I love this because this is really, really important. So thank you, Kelly. But to say I want peace in my heart means I don't have it yet. Okay, cool. So what's the wound? What's the belief? Have you forgiven yourself? Have you forgiven everybody that you think ever did you wrong? Because they perfectly played their role on your soul contract journey. When you can get to the point where you can thank everyone for playing their role, then you know you're clear. Now, let me state something so people don't crucify me here. I journey with people that have been through horrible things in childhood, as I went through myself. Some people have had people killed in their family. Some people have been sexually abused. Some people have been raped. Okay, that doesn't mean thank those people that did that to you, but that means forgive them. They were wounded. It was part of your soul contract. And if you do not forgive 1,000%, you are the one holding that frequency. And that frequency is what? It's a magnet. What's it going to do? It's going to attract more of what you're holding. So you're going to keep attracting those same people in relationships, the narcissists, whatever. Hello? Got it? Right? Okay. So I want peace in my heart. Do you do mirror work? Everybody that journeys with me does mirror work every day. I love you. I love you, Jeff. And then Larry, who's my ego, he used to come in and go, yeah, but you did this and that, and you're not, you're not a very good person. And I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I stay in there until my heart is full and I love myself. Yeah, I've made lots of mistakes. I've done lots of stupid shit. But I love me. And it was part of my journey. And I've cleared it with everybody that I've made mistakes with. And so if you want peace in your heart, get out a journal and write down why you don't have it. And if you want to go on the journey, I journey with 4 or 5 people every month because I'm in it with them every single day. It's truly life-changing. Your life will never be the same in the best way, because this old programming is going to get dismantled and the inner healing is going to get done. Don't know any way to do it any quicker. And I tried all the other programs. I'm not saying there aren't any good ones out there, so don't crucify me, but this one works, and it works faster than anything else I've ever found. So if you want peace in your heart, anybody out there, ask yourself, who have I yet to forgive? And this is really cool, because all you have to do is close your eyes and go, have I forgiven everybody? And if you haven't, it'll pop right up. You go, yeah, that person in third grade, they pissed me off. Or, yeah, my ex, he's such a bad, you'll know right away. And sometimes we may forget, and it may pop up later about, something we did to somebody or something somebody did to us. But you can trust, if it needs to pop up, it'll pop up. And then you use the tools: forgiveness, thankfulness. What is this trying to teach me about me? So I hope that helps you, Kelly. It's really all about forgiveness and feeling worthy, and clearing out anything that blocks that, because those are magnets that are in our frequency. And, they need to be cleared to get out of these 3D repeating timelines. So thank you so much for asking that. Here's a funny question. How many pages in the book? I want to know if I have enough ink in my printer. Oh, God bless you. I don't know. Mine shows 110, but they're really small pages. My students and clients, they go get this printed out, a PDF, for a few dollars, and they put it in a little plastic thing, and so they can write notes in it and everything. So don't let that stop you. We're talking about really minimal amount of money here. Watch the program. You can manifest anything you desire. Don't allow anything to tell you you can't do it. You can't print out the book because your printer doesn't have ink. I'm not trying to bust you. I'm just saying, look at what the ego does. So, yeah. So anyway, if there's any more questions, bring them up. And just want to thank everybody for showing up. There's the book, half price link for the book. And the link is scrolling below if somebody is interested in doing the one-on-one mentoring, transformational, waking up in the dream experience. And follow the link. There's a couple of questions, and then we can get on a call and see if it's a good match. I'm not going to be trying to sell you or close you on doing it. If you're not 100% in, I don't want to do it, because it'll pull me down. I don't want to be dragging somebody along. If you're ready and you're hungry to heal and clear and blow your belief system out of the water and completely change the way you create your reality and manifest and never be in lack again, then come investigate this journey. It's priceless, literally priceless. So let's see, I got a couple more comments. 110 pages, yeah. Yep. Anthony, God bless you. Anthony says, it took me 6 months to buy the book. Just do it. Seriously, I wasted too much time overthinking. Yeah, that's what the mind does. I appreciate you sharing your honesty, But, so yeah, here we are. And it's waking up in the dream, man. We are in 2021. It is rocking. Oh, thank you for this. This man has transformed my life without knowing me and without any money. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, if somebody's hungry, I'll answer their questions. But I invite everybody to invest. I mean, because here's the thing. There are a lot of people trying to sell us stuff, and a lot of it doesn't work. I paid a lot of it. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. It's very that makes my heart just feel so wonderful. Because really, these are the tools, man. This is it. You figure this out, you go through this process, it'll change the way you manifest everything. Everything. It covers everything. There's nothing left out. And so, yeah, boom is right. And so this is it. So if anybody has any other questions, let's do it. What we're going to do before we leave, because we have about 27 or 30 people on here, we're going to do an excitement exercise. We're going to frickin' ramp it up. Okay, let me grab this real quick. I have entered in you don't need to enter in any financial details to get the book, dear. None of that. I'm going to have to get my web guy to change that because it's just PayPal. Just PayPal at, let me just pop this in. There's my PayPal right there. You don't need to enter in any I'm sorry, sweetie. I think you sent me that before, and that's very frustrating. You don't need to enter in any details or anything. It's just PayPal. Oh, you don't have PayPal. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, you can use a credit card. Yeah. If you have any major issues, just send me a private message or something. We'll work it out. Okay. So, all right. So I want to go over one thing here again. Have you adopted an unlimited 5D mindset? This is really, really cool. Now check this out. You know that there's people that pay almost $250,000 to go get a college degree, to pay to be in a club? Do you know also, this may shock you, or maybe you know, that most of the higher up college institutions are run by satanic societies? What? Yeah. Harvard, Yale, they're run by the dark. That's why you got to pay to get into the club, to be in the fake medical system, the fake system of law. The whole system of law is completely a lie. Money, complete lie. It's all coming down. And there's some people in the US that people should really be getting behind because, and I'll give you a hint, it's the people that the media hate that are freeing us. Yeah, that deserves a Tibetan bell. Yep. So it's time to get excited, people. We came here for this. And man, what a great time. Just align with people that are excited. And, you know, there's my link if anybody wants to donate to support, you know, these weekly calls. I'm on Monday and Wednesday. But as you see, last week I came on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because people need support right now. People are, you know, some people are really getting triggered. And so, you know, I have costs for the Zoom and for StreamYard and for my internet and stuff. If anybody wants to donate or donate for the wonderful wild jungle dogs, the little wild dogs that I go around and feed every day, what a blast. So anyway, I appreciate all of you. And I'm just going to pop this up on here real quick. Here's a link for what I do with a handful of people every week. And if this resonates with you, cool. If not, don't worry about it. But I invite you to come back and be on these lives and share them with your friends if there's anybody that's, you know, seeking support right now. Because really, I don't know of anything that's more powerful than these tools. And I don't say it with an ego. It took a long time for me to put this together. And yeah, there were times when I was totally suicidal. I was ready to check out. I was like, man, if this journey's all about fear and lack and, war and all, I'm out. And then I met some teachers. I asked for them and I got them. But I still had to do the inner journeying. But it's not that difficult to do if you're just ready to do it. So, with the people that we have on here right now, let's ramp it up. What we're going to do is we're going to ramp up our frequency. And we're going to send love to every one of our cells in our body. And if this feels weird to you, then just notice that. Like maybe you're a guy and you weren't taught that it's okay to love on your body. I journeyed with a lot of men, especially men in the UK, and they're not allowed to show their feelings. It was a huge program. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play a little bit of this flute like I like to do. And I invite you, what we're going to do is we're going to amplify the field right now. We're going to love on every single cell in our body and thank it and really truly feel it and feel how much you can feel it. Like feel if your ego's blocking, like, oh, this feels weird. This dude's weird. Or see if you can really, really feel in to how grateful you are that every single one of those trillions of cells has been loving you unconditionally since you've been in the womb without you having to even think about it for 1 second while you're asleep, beating your heart, purifying your blood. I mean, all this incredible stuff. It's magnificent. Yeah. So we're going to love on every cell, and then we're going to blast it out, that energy, to every single person on the planet and then beyond, out into the galaxy. And if you don't think that it's not affecting the entire collective, let me tell you, it is. It is. So awesome, Fiona. Worked it out. Okay, great. So happy. Everybody send Fiona some love. Okay, so now with these 22 people that are on here right now at 10:10 a.m., can't make this up. Let's rock and roll a little bit. All right, so we're going to amplify and love on every single one of our cells. And then we're going to blast that out to the entire world. And we're going to smile knowing that we are here at the greatest time in recorded history. And what is coming, free energy, money, perfect health, it's right around the corner. See it, envision it, know it, and watch it happen. Here we go. Feel it into every cell. Can you feel it? Are you smiling? And if you think it's silly, then get silly. But the bottom line is you're amplifying your frequency right now. And every single thing that will ever get magnetized to you is because of your frequency. See it going out to the entire planet. Smile. You're creating a 5D and beyond reality right now. Rocking it. You know, I would have never got on here and played flute before. I don't play the flute. I was going to send that thing back the first day I got it because I couldn't even play a note on it. But anyway, I'm very grateful for everybody that's on here on January 11th. There's 22 people right now on this call. Amazing souls. And in 4 more seconds, it's going to be 111 minutes that we've been on here. Yeah. Yeah. Excitement is the highest frequency. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's my Tibetan bell. Whoops, everything's backwards here for me. Yeah, it's my Tibetan bell. I love it. See if I can get it going. It's got a really wonderful frequency. That's what every one of your cells is doing right now. It's vibrating. And the frequency that your cells are vibrating at depends on your self-love and your excitement. Hey, Cheryl, I got the flute from bluebearflutes.com in New Mexico. Bluebearflutes.com. I should be getting kickbacks from them now, but yeah. So get excited, stay excited. If anybody has questions about going on the Waking Up in the Dream journey with me, follow the link at the bottom that's scrolling across right there, or reach out and send me a private message. Stay excited. What's going to be revealed in the next few days is what we've all been waiting. Well, it's not what all of us have been waiting for, because many are going to get the living daylight shocked out of them. But hold space for everybody. The book is a PDF, dear. There was a link that came up after you paid for it where you should have downloaded it. So if you didn't get it, send me a private message and I'll make sure you get it. Okay? I don't have a publishing deal yet. Publishers are like record companies. They want to take 99% of everything. So I'm doing fine just offering the book on my website. So yeah, if you didn't get it, you missed the link, send me a private message and I'll make sure you get it. Okay, much love to everybody. Stay excited. Do not go into any fear around anything. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. The light is already won. Things are in place. The corporation of America has been taken down and dismantled. What you're seeing right now are the remnants of the dark ones throwing a tantrum. It's already done. Trust. Just trust and hold your frequency. Thank you, everybody. I love you so much that people would hang on here this long. And, please share this with people that you feel may benefit, because this could change somebody's life. It really could. It definitely changed mine. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this stuff. So I'll be back on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And see you out in the field. Get excited, stay excited, and reach out if you want to go on the deepest dive you've ever been on. And sending you lots of love. It's 1:14 minutes and 44 seconds. Much love to everybody. And we'll catch up soon. Wild Jungle Dog's coming up in about an hour. Stay tuned. Much love, everybody. Stay excited.